Today we're going to take a ride on Big Thunder Mountain together. This is one of the 4 mountains at Disneyland Park. It's an absolutely incredible ride experience. It's a fan favorite for a reason. Before we get started, please like this video, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate your support. We are going to use a POV that I shot a while ago, so if you'd like to watch the POV without me yapping over it, you can click that link right there. The station for Big Thunder Mountain is really nice because it is open air. I prefer the right side because you have the view of the mountain all the way on your right hand side. This first section is in the dark. You do pick up a decent amount of speed, and some people will scream because it's just that exciting, you know, and it's kind of hard to see how steep it is. So that's pretty interesting. You'll have some bats on your left hand side, which is a pretty cool effect. It can be kind of loud in there, which can be low-key unpleasant. Going up that first lift hill, you'll have a beautiful view of the caverns with like the rainbow lighting. It is really cool. And then the water fountain is really nice. I love to stick my hand out and like get my hand soaked. It looks like only part of the fountain is on right there. And then you're gonna go through the first drop, which is a diving right hand turn. You're gonna wind around these beautiful rocks and some nice landscaping. That's a decent airtime moment, nothing crazy. That's kind of a near miss with those swinging possums. I love the wolves that howl as you dive back down into the darkness. Then you're gonna hit another right hand turn and go up the second lift hill. The second lift hill is the only outdoor lift hill on Big Thunder Mountain. I do love the view of the mountain. This time it's on your left hand side. You have a cool view of the helix that you're about to go through. They have some small animatronics. There's like a little tortoise down there on the left. If the further up the lift hill, we're gonna have some rattlesnakes also on the left hand side. And then also at the top of the lift hill, we're gonna have the goat on the right hand side. Some people say that if you look at the goat, the G-forces on that turn right there feel a little more intense, which low-key I believe. That's a nice airtime moment in the front, and this is a very fun helix. It'll push you to the left hand side as the train turns to the right. This is the best part of the ride right here. That's an awesome airtime moment with a sick head chopper. I've touched it before with my hands, so be careful. This is by far the most well-themed portion of Big Thunder Mountain. The third lift hill right here is very cool. They plussed it up when they did that retrack a few years ago. The explosions are really cool when they work. Sometimes in B mode they just project it on the wall, and that's way less cool compared to when the explosions actually go off and it's projected on the mist or whatever. The third half of Big Thunder Mountain, as I like to call it, is very underwhelming. It's by far the least interesting. It's a visual spectacle diving down by the walkway and by the water. And over here you're gonna dive back down in front of the queue, so it is really cool, but in terms of an on-ride experience, it's pretty bleh, you know, it's kind of an underwhelming finale to Big Thunder Mountain. But that's definitely the best for the off-ride portion, for waiting in line and just walking by the attraction. I love the little gold mine, gold rush town they have set up. I forget what it's called, Rainbow Ridge or something like that, so that is pretty cute. And then we're gonna return to the station. So that is Big Thunder Mountain. What do you think of this attraction? I'd love to hear in the comments down below. Please let me know. Please like this video, and of course, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate your support, and I will catch you later.